Interogator, I'm not sure if you've seen some of the player art yet, but I know as soon as we get into our next, like, I guess right on cue, Andrew's about to give us a little display, so. Very happy to see the custom artwork to go along with Apple Orchard Cups to Harvest for this event, especially with the emphasis on our top 8 matches here today. You know, you can go 20 plus rounds and have most of those rounds be several minutes long and get like half an hour while still be stuck in your same one-on-one gauntlet. Alright, looks like Blaarg with, I believe, MS2. Turtle, as per usual, tends to be a bit more of the STPC gang. Well, Blaarg launching Surge a bit early, and Turtle has plenty of clean garbage to downstack through.
But Turtle with that mission drop. Looking for a solve. Getting a couple of skims.
Oh no, Blaarg. I mean, had pretty solid advantage, I think, just in the slippery dash moment. And Blaarg just going to concede it despite...
No, misdropping a couple of times earlier today, so we're going to have to see whether or not that is a trend from his gameplay, and whether or not he's able to find some adaptations to possibly mitigate.
Alright, early Surge Puppeter from Blaarg, but Turtle also was on the earlier end, and Blaarg has a lot easier time utilizing that garbage, compounding the damage from that attack, and we're all tied up.
Looks like another early misshot from Blaarg. But...
And I might have been Turtle as well, I might have not caught it.
I did not either. Blaarg. Farming up this Surge, Turtle had to break rate early. And then Omishop not going to do him any favors. And that Surge break from Blaarg.
Into multiplier.
Yeah, Turtle just finding that down stack. Blaarg continuing this special now.
Yeah, now that I realize it, I'm pretty sure Turtle's playing a little bit slower this time around. Like, usually we've seen Turtle go well over 4 pieces per second when the time calls for it. But particularly against Blaarg, and again, even Blaarg is also not really trying to surpass 4 pieces per second that much. We're seeing a bit more thoughtful plays between Blaarg and Turtle. Not to say that, again, like, this is still fast by any means, but there is definitely evidence in the way that they are playing against each other that neither player wants to be the, like, aggressor without having rhyme or reason to do so.
I will say that that's one of the things I believe separates these players, or these top-of-the-line players, from just about anyone else. It's their constant ability to be able to adapt to changing circumstances and then change the playstyle in a way that best suits whatever matchup they're facing.
Well, and right now, again, Blaarg has substantial Surge advantage, but it's probably just going to be a little bit careful, just going to keep getting the extra credit on that. Doesn't want to let Surge go prematurely, able to get a TST in there as well. But Turtle right now has to find a time to break Blaarg's Surge, but not going to happen before plenty of that extra bit of damage. And again, when you're playing on Surge Deficit, it is still, like, you're going to have a giant attack to deal with at the end of the day. But the longer Turtle has to spend trying to build up just a general attack to force Blaarg into disadvantage is just going to keep making things worse and worse the longer it goes on.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, and...
Surge so far seeming to be the defining feature of this matchup. Whichever player ends up breaking Surge first is just immediately put in that disadvantage state, and at this level, mistakes are not so easily forgiven.
I really like the STSD setup that Blaarg had going there. And yeah, as you mentioned, Blaarg is just slightly the second to break Surge, and as has been foretold, Blaarg able to take another round, currently up by 2 in this first to 11.
Surge is one of these mechanics from Season 2 that's really elevated potential skill ceiling that we have here.
Well, Turtle second to break, and able to take that round. Nearly 1 attack per piece as well throughout that whole entire sequence, but was really putting on the Jets, just suddenly had well over 4.5 pieces per second, and from going to playing slow to playing fast, that can be a huge change in how your opponent has to deal with things.
Yeah, definitely. Currently, Blaarg has this advantage of Surge. So far, Precedent has told us a decent bit about how this could go, but Blaarg with that miss-shop is going to be forced to give it up. Blaarg now with a lot
right now
of
at the bot.
So much cheese, oh my gosh. Turtle showing that second place sprint time. While Blaarg now speeding up in response. Managing to get to a clean board.
Beautiful work as well from Blaarg. Able to clean up the board and build Surge at the same time. And that extra little bit of damage is what kept them safe as both players had to break Surge as things got a little bit cheesier.
Turtle just unfortunately not quite able to maintain that upstack, giving Blaarg that opportunity to slide and send back a 14 spike that kills.
Alright, again, the lead has not really gone one way or the other, but it is very slowly but surely both players are picking up rounds. Blaarg slight lead early, perhaps that might be the differentiating factor.
Ooh, that 30 spike from Turtle, giving Blaarg so much clean to work with, and a 41 spike.
Oh, the 777, the Gamba spike from Blaarg. Oh my goodness, that's just a ridiculous play.
Yeah, Turtle just caught a little off guard with that timing there. Blaarg, one of these players that's just so good at knowing when to send attacks, having this macro roll.
Yeah, Blaarg did not want to send there, and Turtle did not want to either. So, unfortunately, Blaarg losing the battle of patience, as both players realize it's not really in their best interest. It's almost a little cheese. Blaarg has to expend an eye piece in this down stack, which, given how much clean that he has, it's been a little bit difficult. Fortunately, now back at the bottom of the board, but Turtle as well.
Neither player able to
play from Turtle into a miss drop.
Neither player getting a clean on the board to really start building up this back-to-back so far. Turtle, of course, pretty high up, forced to break what little Surge they had, and now in a rough spot, really, especially with that element drop, and the S converts into a TST. Turtle looking for some way to downstack this, and actually will get out of it. Blaarg is not quite able to find the pressure needed.
Oh, little misdrop there from Blaarg. That's going to get rid of Surge entirely. And the all clear from Turtle. I don't even think the extra credit, the damage there mattered. No, actually, maybe it did. Looking at it in post. Actually, yeah, the all clear did matter.
So true. Regardless, it was close, and regardless, that's an amazing call. Shoutouts to the top level technicians. Turtle in this 9-0 stack. Both players have Surge.
Here we go. Who wants to
Blaarg in this situation once again? Oh, Turtle breaks first, 46 spike. Blaarg cancels it out with his own Surge. Hard to think of who is an advantage taking whenever that happens. Turtle has the speed, but Blaarg so strong with his fundamentals.
Oh, that's a tough spot on the right side for Blaarg. That's going to cut off most of the dig options, and Turtle, honestly, once your opponent doesn't have the ability to go down, it does not really take a lot more effort in order to earn that top out. Set currently sits within one. One thing I will as well I'd like to point out, Blaarg is a player that is very comfortable just waiting for their opponent, like understands like when it's not advantageous to send. But then if their opponent catches on, he just does it anyways. And I'm not sure if that's like a patience thing or just like a, you know, maybe I have actually found a better solution to this.
Spike 34 spike.
Oh, this is huge advantage for Blaarg.
Yeah,
we're gonna hold on to Surge.
For that.
Hamburger stack from Blaarg, get a little bit more, and just gonna send the Surge, but doesn't really have a lot to go with it. And Turtle perfectly cycling with eyepieces, accepting when needed. He's gonna eat the entire attack.
Blaarg now, finding some fancy all-spin setups here. Able to maintain this back-to-back, but that element drop is going to force a break and potentially lose out on that kill opportunity.
Ooh, and that mini surge from Turtle sent quite a bit of cheese. Although, the garbage it's sending as fast as it is, now it's immediately back to clean on the Blaarg side of things.
Yeah, definitely a quick round. Both players playing quicker than we've seen them play so far.
Yeah, you're right. We are seeing the Blaarg resting at around 4 pieces per second. Turtle going a little bit faster, but...
That burst speed from Turtle, letting them get out, or helping them to get out of that misdrop there.
Ooh, the misdrop from Blaarg as a result of speed. What a dono from Blaarg! Beautiful setup!
And Turtle, with that O misdrop, just doesn't have anything. Amazing set from the player there.
Yeah, I know it was kind of more of like the sequence there for Turtle that just didn't really have a lot of options, but Blaarg's fix within like 2 Ninos, making a donated T-spin, absolutely deserved the win in that round. It just was very unintuitive and found that within a matter of seconds. Actually, not even really.
At this level, you just have... You're basically required to be able to pull those off. Both of these players, all these players that we've seen so far, have had just truly incredible knowledge of the game mechanics, of what proper stacking even looks like in order to reach the point where they are now.
And Blaarg again, TD into that center well. Turtle likewise with SDPC spin. Setting up a dono, able to get an all spin underneath while waiting for the T-spin.
37
Turtle finds it onto a giant! And funnily enough, I think the downside for Blaarg there was that Blaarg was too low on the board. Actually had a decent surge and a wonderful amount of ammunition to handle, but when the spike is that large, Blaarg needed some way to just accept garbage and return the favor.
Blaarg, caught off guard there, had the wrong rotation and lost surge early, and because of that, again, any moment of mistake here could spell doom for either of these players.
And Blaarg has been using all spins phenomenally well all tournaments. Alright, cool. Turtle running around, gets to the well in time, and now has a beautiful set into
LST. That Turtle's just absolutely bursting out. A little bit of a stall there in order to tank some clean. Or in order to cancel, actually. Blaarg doing a great job of mitigating that LST pressure.
Oh, and that is an all spin, that's possible.
Blaarg forced the break. Turtle has advantage now.
Oh, and really nice from Blaarg.
Turtle misdropping the continuation.
And that was the perfect little spike there from Blaarg as well. It wasn't enough to like necessarily earn the round, but that made sure that Turtle had to expend surge before they were ready. Oh, but these misdrops! Oh.
One piece off from staying alive after that misdrop there.
Really unfortunate sequence, but we are tied up 8 games apiece. We're in a first to 3 to decide who makes it in the top 4.
Only misdrops from Blaarg. Turtle has early surge advantage now. Blaarg looking for some way to mitigate this.
Actually, Blaarg just able to build up a solid amount of surge as well. Lets it go a bit early, but Turtle as well, not able to hold on to surge, so the imminent death threat is less severe.
Really being
a lot
of cheese and slowing down Turtle. But oh, nice opening game. Is there a second?
Back-to-backs very much going strong for Blaarg. Taking the time as well to figure out what the next best sequence is.
So hard! Turtle got way too greedy up high there. Blaarg, of course, still had that 20 surge, so it might not have mattered, but getting caught off guard, and now Blaarg 2 points away.
But again, especially like when the pressure is like on your opponent, when you're the one with surge advantage, things can be a little bit easier on your side of the matrix, but hold and Turtle!
And Blaarg stays alive! Incredible canceling from Blaarg there. Oh, but the misdrop!
Yeah, would have had a skin potentially to survive a little bit longer, but would have made that left side really awkward, unfortunately. And we are still tied. Nope. And almost missed up there, but Blaarg able to recover. Very early surge break from Blaarg, trying to get the early top on a turtle. The gambit pays off.
Turtle, I think, thought he had a little bit more space than he did. Unfortunately, topping out to that spike.
Yeah, but again, like when your opponent is able to accept your entire surge and has clean garbage to defend with, it is such a risky situation to put yourself in. So that was absolutely a do or die situation for Blaarg.
Yeah, absolutely. The margins.
Oh, this is
so
players holding on to surge. Blaarg sends it first. Turtle with the clean garbage to counteract.
Nice second spike from Blaarg there, setting at 17. Turtle doesn't have the pieces! And Blaarg.
And the Deuce is denied. Blaarg, my goodness. Both players over 2,000 lines sent over 20 games. But of the two second-place finishers from the Tetra World Championship, Blaarg emerges victorious and has earned a spot in top 4.